As some of you know, I have an ongoing one-sided feud with Tom Holland going. So let's just go right into this real quick. Where's my media share? Here it is. I used to be a simp for Zendaya. I want to tell y'all the story behind that. I traded that. I said, if Edge ever returns to wrestling, I will stop being a simp for Zendaya. I'll stop entirely. I'll go cold turkey. I'll just shut that part of my brain off. And then he came back. So I want everybody to understand that this goes beyond that. This goes far beyond that. The real issue now is, for one, he stole my name. Like, that's already, like, red flag number one. Homie stole my name. Homie stole being a short king from me. And here's the thing, is a lot of the things that Tom Holland does are things that I do naturally. And yet he gets BuzzFeed articles about it. He gets to talk about how ridiculous height stereotypes are and how it's a stupid assumption that would be an issue that his girlfriend is taller than him. And I don't get that. And you know why I don't get that? Alright, there's a difference in complexion between me and Tom Holland. There's also a difference in ancestry. Not only is this man white, he's a wasp, bro. He's full on, I can't say that yet because we can't get banned yet. Yeah, but you're not Spider-Man. Think about it though, I could have been Spider-Man. If Tom Holland hadn't taken Spider-Man from me, I could have been Spider-Man. Think about that for a second. Nah, you're not Spider-Man, that's all it is. Listen, I could have been Spider-Man. If I got bitten by a spider in real life, Marvel Studios would have been like, yo, you were Spider-Man. That's crazy. But instead, Tom Holland did it because systemic privileges that he has as a bruv. Okay, I feel like I'm not breaking through to y'all. The problem here is, I'm a petty bitch, and I'm jealous of someone who's more successful than me. Is that clear? Listen, bro, listen. It's very clear. I am being insecure right now, on stream. That's what's happening. Is I'm insecure because someone who is about my age, who is about my height, but also happens to be white, even though I'm pretty white passing myself, is more successful than me, so I'm going to blame it on systemic issues and play the victim because I'm upset that I am not with a tall, attractive woman who I can have BuzzFeed articles written about me while I make a bunch of money being Spider-Man. I feel like that's pretty reasonable. Am I right? Like, is that not reasonable? Is that not a reasonable situation to want to be in and be upset when you're not in that situation? When you see someone that makes you feel like it's entirely possible, but you're just not doing it? I do know how you feel every time I see Patrick Mahomes playing in the NFL. You know how I feel every time I see the Rams win with Matthew Stafford? That's how I feel. I feel the same way seeing that as I feel seeing Tom Holland. Because fuck Matthew Stafford for sucking when he was with the Lions. And then he goes over to the Rams and he's like, hey, y'all want to go to the playoffs? Y'all want to be a viable candidate for the Super Bowl? Where was that energy before? One of the only real segments that I've done for season 1 of Late Night Segment Program has been the W of the Week. And it came from the facts that I see a lot of negativity in online circles in general. And I was like, what if we just take a moment every week and just pick out someone to say, hey, you did a good thing. And before we get to this week's, the final one for this season, let's just take a look back at everyone who I have awarded this prestigious honor to. Xavier Woods, friend of friends of the channel. He achieved his lifelong dream of being King of the Ring. The one, the only, the queen. It goes to Pokimane, because she announced her talent management and brand consulting firm. Ridiculously funny, ridiculously talented. Congratulations, Will Neff, who joined 100 Thieves. I only simp for 9 women, and it's these 9 women. If they're doing something that is worthy of praise, that's the W of this week. They automatically win. I am entirely biased here. You can say like, oh, well, it's just because she had all these friends who were, supporting her. And like, that in and of itself says something. If people are coming out of the woodwork to support her, I think that says something about the quality of who she is and whether or not she deserves this record. So here's my conundrum. This week we've had Disguised Toast return to Twitch. Tectone joined OTK, and Mr. Beast had a legendary Squid Game video. When you would adjust for the curves, all these W's feel pretty similar in comparison, especially when you look at the past W's of the week. Ultimately, I felt as though I couldn't fairly break down who should get it. Once I click this button, we'll crown one single person And it's Tectone. Congratulations, Tectone. OTK Tectone.
Huh. It's pretty much the same one.
Yeah, it's just like a different color.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. This might be a bit of a hot take. Or maybe not a hot take, but this might be of a contentious point to make. But I'm gonna be honest. I believe that 39daft is probably the best streamer on Twitch. Straight up. I think that, like, above anybody else, she is the best.
I make Brandon lick my poopy butthole because we don't have a bidet.
So, as I was saying, I think 39daft, she should be deplatformed, to be honest. Not we've looked back on all of the W's of the week that I've done so far. All the people who I have said, you know what? These people deserve it. These people have done something very positive, very good for the world. But there's one massive goal that honestly I was hoping would go with me. It's a milestone I was hoping I would achieve, but unfortunately, someone who I look up to did it first. And I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Who are you arguing against? Who asked? Who said this? Did I say, oh my god, saltine cracker, like people are just bitter because it's saltine cracker? That's not what I said, you dumb cracker bitch.
Hassan Piker, the former woke bae turned champagne socialist. Hassanabi, anti-white racist Hassan Piker gets the W of the week for being the first partnered streamer on Twitch who got banned for saying cracker. Now, to be honest, I'm gonna say cracker. I don't care, because let's be honest, I don't think Twitch is here. I don't think Twitch is watching. I don't think they care. Because they don't care, and even if I do get banned, this is the last episode. If I get banned for like 3 days, 7 days, whatever, I'll be back. So let's have an actual conversation about this. I'm not one of those people who's like conflating anti-racism with being anti-white. I think that being toxic to people for the fact that they're white is not productive. I think it's kind of counterproductive because you're not actually fighting racism, you're just fighting white people. And even though whiteness, the concept of whiteness, is tied to white supremacy, doesn't necessarily mean that everyone who is white is racist. Now, that's an obvious conclusion to make, and a lot of times people don't even bother saying that because it should be obvious. But the thing is a lot of people tend to just hate on being white and pretend they're doing something productive. Now, does saying something like cracker actually have a negative impact? Is it actually toxic towards white people? No. Any white person who claims that they get offended by being called a cracker is lying. And that's really what it comes down to, is it comes down to white fragility. And saying cracker, even in the most hateful way, is never going to carry the same weight as saying like an actual slur against someone who actually faces oppression based on race. And like Hassan has said, it's not that white people don't face oppression, but white people do not face oppression on the basis of being white. They might experience prejudice, but not oppression. You can be oppressed for your socioeconomic conditions, but that has nothing to do with your race. I mean, it does have something to do with your race, but if you're white, the chances are it's not because you're white. And that's why words like, you know, hillbilly or redneck are actually much more offensive, because it doesn't even refer to race as much as it refers to class.
Pray that these crackers don't Columbine.